Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys have mutual interest with Anthony Lynn for HC job. Commanders offensive coordinator Cliff Kingsbury has been mentioned as an early contender for the Cowboys head coaching vacancy, but he may not want to leave Washington after his success with rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels. Dallas may then pivot to Kingsbury's run game coordinator and running backs coach, Anthony Lynn. He coached the same position for the Cowboys in 2005 and 2006 and later went 33-31 in 4 seasons as the Chargers head coach. There is mutual interest between Lynn and the Cowboys, according to WFA's Ed Werner, putting another reunion on the table in Dallas. Former Cowboys offensive coordinator Kellen Moore has already interviewed for the head coaching job, and ex-players Deion Sanders and Jason Witten have also been mentioned as possibilities. Lynn has not received serious head coaching consideration since he was fired by the Chargers after the 2020 season. He spent 2021 and 2022 as the Lions' offensive coordinator, then moved on to San Francisco where he served as assistant head coach while also overseeing their running backs. He was in contention for the Commanders' offensive coordinator gig in 2023, but lost out to Eric Bieniemy, who held the job for just 1 season. A year later, Lynn was hired onto Kingsbury's staff where the two put together one of the league's top rushing attacks in 2024. The Commanders finished 3rd in rushing yards, 4th in yards per carry, and 5th in rushing touchdowns during the regular season, despite injuries to both Brian Robinson and Austin Ekeler. Lynn helped get the most out of Daniels, whose 891 rushing yards led the team and ranked 2nd among all QBs this year. Lynn won't be available to interview with the Cowboys until at least next week. Neither will Kingsbury, as both coaches will be fully focused on extending the Commanders' surprising playoff run. Jerry Jones' plan for next Dallas Cowboys head coach becoming clearer. It is time for the Dallas Cowboys to get aggressive in their pursuit of the next head coach. Following the Detroit Lions' upset loss to the Washington Commanders over the weekend, the NFL head coach hiring cycle is expected to accelerate and jobs could fill up quickly. For the Cowboys, that means Jerry Jones needs to have a strong plan in place. Connor Orr of Sports Illustrated shed light on the Cowboys' situation and laid out a Plan A and Plan B for the team moving forward. While flashy names like Deion Sanders and Ben Johnson have been floated, Dallas seems to be zeroing in on more proven, stable candidates. Orr suggests, like many, that Kellen Moore, who interviewed with the Cowboys via Zoom last week, is the Plan A for Jerry Jones. Plan B? Former New York Jets head coach Robert Saleh, who interviewed with the team over the weekend. Moore provides Jones with familiarity, it bolsters his pipeline, and Moore would not be surprised in any way by the rigors of the job. It also likely gives Jones the chance to add some familiar faces to the staff, Orr wrote in his MMQB column. All that said, I think Saleh has displayed an ability to bring an adult-in-the-room vibe to clearly chaotic situations. The defensive personnel would love him in Dallas. While Saleh isn't the flashiest candidate, he does bring the stability that the Cowboys franchise needs. When you add in the fact that the heart and soul of the Cowboys team is its defense, which stepped up in a big way during the final stretch of the season, it would be an exciting fit to see what Saleh can get out of the unit as a whole. Give Saleh a promising and innovative offensive coordinator who can focus solely on improving the team's offensive scheme, and it could be a brilliant fit in Big D. Amid the NFL Wild Card Weekend festivities last week, the Dallas Cowboys kept themselves front and center with the drama surrounding their decision on Mike McCarthy. Ultimately, the two parties have gone their separate ways and the team has begun a search for their next head coach. The names of the candidates in this search have carried on the spectacle with Deion Sanders gaining steam throughout the days after McCarthy's exit. However, Kellen Moore, Robert Saleh and Leslie Frazier are the only targets thus far that have interviewed or had a tangible connection with this vacancy. Heading into the weekend of the NFL divisional round, Kellen Moore quietly emerged as the leader after completing a virtual interview on Friday, confirming what CowboysCountry.com has long been writing about his candidacy. Not much changed until a surprising shift Monday morning. DraftKings saw a shocking new favorite emerge in the Cowboys head coach search as Brian Schottenheimer now holds -250 odds to become the next leader in Dallas. Moore's odds dipped to +250. Schottenheimer has spent the past 3 seasons with the Cowboys, taking on the offensive coordinator job in 2023 once Moore left the organization. However, he has not held any play-calling responsibilities in his time at the Star. Ben Johnson hire reveals brutally frank truth in Cowboys coach search. The Dallas Cowboys head coaching search is in full swing, with candidates starting to emerge. Kellen Moore has seemingly gained an inside edge, though surprise names spanning a wide spectrum like Deion Sanders, Jason Witten, and now Brian Schottenheimer have stolen some spotlight. Leslie Frazier, an outlier candidate in this process, interviewed with the team, marking the team's 3rd interview in their search. He joins a short list of targets that have spoken with the Cowboys that includes Moore and Robert Saleh. Rather than what the Cowboys are doing to fill this vacancy, fans are drawing a focus toward what has not been accomplished here. Those grievances amplified with the Chicago Bears hire of Ben Johnson on Monday. The hire happens a bit faster than anticipated following the Detroit Lions' early exit from the postseason Saturday evening. However, the Bears had reportedly narrowed their search to 2, Johnson and former Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy. But Cowboys fans, still engulfed in the culmination of disappointment and uncertainty of McCarthy's exit following a downtrodden season, see this as more reason to fire off their criticisms of the organization. Initially, those feelings are understandable. Dallas did not communicate with Johnson and showed no interest in what many presumed to be the top target in this offseason's coaching cycle. However, that view ignores the brutally frank about Johnson's status in the Cowboys coaching search. Johnson has the resume deserving to be a head coach in the NFL, but it was never happening here. Dallas' next head coach will likely come from one of 2 pools of candidates, one emphasizing connections to the franchise and the other stressing head coaching experience. Johnson does not fit either group and would have been a hire outside the norm. In addition to Dallas not moving on him, it's possible that the Cowboys knew he was Chicago-bound all along and therefore didn't bother with any charade. No matter what dramatic stir from this Johnson news, they do not change the fact he was not a serious candidate for this job from the jump. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Ben Johnson? Leave your opinion in the comments.